welcome everyone. Southern Diecast Challenge. Check it out. Faster than ever, Chevy Vega. Oh, Plymouth Roadrunner. Oh, that's looking sharp. Got us another Dodge Dart to try out. Sometimes them Dodge Darts are something to be reckoned with. We also got us a Boss 351 Mustang. Look at them wheels. That's a tough looking car right there. We also got a Rocket Oil Special. Sometimes them open wheel cars are fast. And we got some new ones. How about a Subaru BRZ? Got us a Jaguar V12 Coupe. We'll find out if that's a V12 under that hood. And we have the Nissan BNR 33 in black. Oh yeah, we're gonna find out which one's faster, the black version or the metallic blue. Standing by. We also got Gone Mad, and other channels have had Max Steel in blue, ran pretty good. Again, another open wheel racer with them small wheels on the front. Gotta check that out and race it. Mod Mill. Round things off, we got Lucid Air. Oh yeah. And here's that FTE Mustang from Mustang Monday, and from today's short video, there's that X-Ray Racer Chevelle Super Sport. Now don't forget, at the 30-minute mark, we're gonna play What's in That Trailer. The only thing is, it's not in the trailer, it's hiding behind the garage because it was too long to fit in that trailer. So I'm gonna have to buy me a longer trailer to fit the kind of cars I want to show and share with all of you. So let's get this party started. I say we should go Dodge style with a 71 Plymouth Roadrunner. Look at that car. Very nice, highly detailed. We're gonna go ahead and pull the Dodge Dart, a 68. Look at that flame job. Very nice, very nice. Hope everyone's doing good today on this hump day. We're gonna give the Dodge Dart lane choice of lane 2 over here. And we got that Roadrunner in lane 1. Let's send them down the track and see what kind of times we can get. Let's go. Pro, how you doing? Thanks for joining the live. We're racing. Dodge Dart laying down a 272, not too shabby. Oh, okay, we got two 272s. Got a 273 out of the Roadrunner. Very nice. Had high hopes for this car. After a few races, we'll see what they can truly do. It's only my opinion that it takes about 8, maybe 10 races to get some really good times out of these cars if they're gonna go fast. But right now, 272.1 is the time to beat. Let's switch the lanes. See what these cars will do fresh out of the pack. Now I did go ahead and open the packs just to save a little time for me and you, so we can just race them. Here we go. 272.1 from that Dodge Dart. Not bad at all. But he just got beat by the Roadrunner. 268.2. Okay, well, we will give the Dart one chance to answer that time. That's what I'm talking about. Roadrunner. 268.2. We'll give the Dodge Dart one chance to answer, and we'll move on to another couple of cars. Hope everybody's doing well on this hump day. I know I am. I like this rip and race on Wednesdays because that gives us a little something to look forward to. We all need a little pick-me-up halfway through the week. Here we go. Now the time to beat is a 268.2. Can the Dodge Dart deliver? Let's find out. So far, the Roadrunner's got this all wrapped up. 271.3 out of the Dart. Not impressive, but at least we do have a winner, and boy, is it a good-looking winner. Roadrunner. Wasn't that fast, but I'll take it. A win is a win, right? So let's start us a little line right over here for our winners. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And y'all already know about the 30-something that's been our car everybody's been going against this week. Police Interceptor. So next up, let's see. Let's do a little JDM racing with the Nissans. Nissan Silvia, gloss black. I am wondering which one's faster, the black or the metallic blue. Let's solve the curiosity, y'all. Which one's faster? They both have the same wheels. Mattel and Hot Wheels made both of these cars, but which one's faster, blue or black? Let's find out. Both of them's looking sweet. First thumbs up. Thank you, Ronald. Appreciate that. Alexis Marine, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Wednesday rip and race. This is how we do. Who is faster, black or blue? So far, it's looking like black. 262.3, 271.5 out of the brand new blue one. Just to be fair. That's nice. 262.3. Even though the metallic blue is my favorite, I don't know about y'all. It's got some catching up to do. 262.3, time to beat. Let's switch the lanes. Metallic blue in lane 1. Black car in lane 2. We always do 2 rounds. Just to be sure that first time is not a fluke, and make sure that first win is not a fluke. 262.3, JDM style. A couple of Nissans. Yeah. 260. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. It is the black version that is the faster. At least on my track anyways. 260.8 to a 266. My goodness. Both times are not that impressive, but a win is a win. Unfortunately, we got to start us off a little pile of not so impressive. But that's okay. We got one that's a winner. We like winners. And just in case one of them sets down a very impressive time, because that does happen once in a while, we have the whiteboard out so we can record it. Whitehall Canyon drag strip. We have the different weight classes up here. So far, only one car in each class was impressive enough to write down. That's the whole point in a rip and race. We have a lot more cars to go. Let's kick it with some open wheel racers, y'all. Look at this. Metal bottom, that would be excellent on a circuit track. Rocket oil special. Okay. Let's pull this Max Steel. Now this blue Max Steel I've seen on other YouTube channels, and it's been impressive. So we're gonna give it lane 1 and put this oil car in lane 2. Let's try it out, y'all. See what happens. Here we go. Terry Snyder, thanks for joining. Ripping and racing. Hump Day style. Max Steel running a 2.531. Very nice. 267 out of the oil special. Wow. This car looks nice, but it's not running nice. Golly. But a 2.53. Oh yeah. I say this car is gonna loosen up just a little bit in the future and probably impress us all. Here we go with round 2. Time to beat's a 2.531. Let's see what happens if Max Steel can keep it going or if it's going to choke. Let's see. We're going to find out, you and me. God, that Max Steel gone. Not quite a 2.53, but it is consistent. 2.542 out of the Max Steel. A 2.71. So this car had special in its title, but it's nothing special, y'all. Your results will vary if you buy one of these cars and run it on your track, but so far it's in a not so impressive pile. But Max Steel will move on. Max Steel will move on to race another day. That's the deal. So what else shall we run? This is a ripping race. How about the new Subaru BRZ? Isn't that nice? Love that front bumper. Love it. My blue one was a good runner. Let's snatch up the Jaguar V12 Coupe. Oh yeah. I hope everybody out there in YouTube land is just as entertained as I am. I just love these ripping races because that means I get to open brand new cars and hopefully find some speed. And for the cars that are slow, well, they're gonna go to the grandkids, that is. Here we go, Jaguar BRZ in white. Here we go. $254 from the Subaru BRZ. 256 is not so impressive out of the Jaguar, but we'll give it another turn just to see what happens on round 2. 2543 from the BRZ. Not too bad. Not too bad. I remember the blue one being a little bit faster than that. 2543. We're going to switch the lanes as always. Keep things nice and fair between competitors. 254.3 time to beat for that Jaguar. I thought the V12 would be a little bit faster. Let's find out if he's hiding something. Might pull out a win this time. Nope. But the BRZ is being consistent. 2548. 257 for the Jaguar. Not so great. But y'all just keep in mind, if you do have a racetrack around your home or in your shop, it usually takes 8 to 10 races for a car to really break in its wheels and axles. But for now, the Jaguar has the go-to. Not so impressive, pal. And the BRZ will move on to race another day. Oh yeah, very nice, very nice. Let's see now, how about, let's do some muscle car racing. We have a faster than ever Chevrolet Vega. Now when they put faster than ever on the package, that means this car is made with special wheels and zinc axles for less friction. See, this car, when you spin it, you can't hear it. That's what we all like to see, right? Not all cars will do that. Let's try it against this Mustang with a 351. Very nice. Like that green color. Take you back to the 70s, right? After all, the 70s is where that muscle car, well, no, 60s really, muscle car craze began. Faster than ever Chevy Vega and a Mustang 351. Who's the winner? Let's find out. Never saw that Jag before. I hear you, Diecast Shepherd. Brand new. Came out of the end case just a week ago. 252 for the Chevrolet Vega. Not incredibly fast, but we got a 258 from the Mustang. Not too bad. Both of these are newer castings with a plastic bottom, so I don't expect them to be screamers, that's for sure. 252, time to beat. Let's give the Mustang a chance to run in the preferred lane, which is lane 2 over here. This is lane 1. For some reason, my cars like that lane 2 over there, even though I have done some work to my track just as today to straighten it out some. We'll see what happens. 252, time to beat. Let's see what we got, y'all. Mustang come out on top. Wow, look how super close they were. 251.3 to a 251.6. That was super close. So far, Mustang is making a mockery out of the faster than ever Chevrolet Vega that I was looking forward to. Let's go for a third round. 251.3, time to beat. We'll give the Vega one chance to answer. Just because some of these cars say they're the fastest, don't mean they are. It's always 50-50 when you crack one open. Any car, any truck, any track, anywhere. It could be slow, it could be fast. 2:51.3 time to beat. Looks like the Mustang might have it. Nope. Chevrolet Vega brings home the win with a 2.50 solid. 2.57 out of the Mustang. He got a little slower. So, at the end of the day, the Chevrolet Vega, faster than ever, comes out a winner. 2.575. Not so impressive, I hate to say. That's a nice looking Mustang to be in the not so impressive pile. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Faster than ever, Chevrolet Vega is going to move on. We'll have us a little showdown once we get us another winner. How's that? And don't forget, at the 30-minute mark, we will play What's in That Trailer. Of course, it's empty right now because the car was too long, but I'll give you a little peek at it. There it is over there. Oh, that's all the peek you get. At the 30-minute mark, we will see what car I'm hiding behind the garage. Let's try Gone Mad. I've been waiting to run this one. What an excellent body style. Reminds me of a 55 Nomad. How about you? Love those tampos. And this mod mill. What an interesting twist on some classic Hot Wheels, if you know what I mean. Wow. Let's see if either one of these have any speed connected to those pretty wheels. What y'all think? You going for Gone Mad? Or you pulling for the other one? Mod Mill. Let's find out. Let's run them. I like Mod Mill myself. It's got a pretty paint job. And there it goes. 253.7 to a 2606. Mod Mill getting the win on that one. Here's a good look at it underneath the bright light. What a good looking car. Very futuristic. Looks like it would get about 2 miles to the gallon. 2606 for the Mad Fast. Looking like it's not so fast. We'll give it a second shot. 2.537 time to beat. Come on, Mad Fast. You gotta live up to your name. Golly. Let's run them. Round number 2. See what happens. Mod Mill, there you go. What a good guess that was. Round 2. 2.537 time to beat, y'all. What's gonna happen? I don't know. It's race day. And it is super consistent. 2.538, even in the lane 1, not the preferred lane. 258.8 from Mad Fast. It's got a fast name, but not a fast outcome. Oh well. Every race has a winner and every race has a loser. Mod Mill comes out on top. That is wonderful. But Mad Fast is just going to have to join them over here in the not so impressive pile. That's just the way it goes. What a beautiful paint job. Love those tampos. Has a barcode on it instead of a name. That's very interesting. It would have a barcode. Y'all ever seen that movie where people have barcodes on their arms? That's wild. That's what it reminds me of. Wow, we got us a nice little pile of cars to run with. I'm saying it's time to run. Let's do some showdown. Subaru BRZ against the Nissan. Oh yeah. Little JDM action going on. Raw. You know we like our imports just as much as we like our muscle cars. To be honest, any of them is fast. I like them. Thank y'all very much for the likes. I appreciate that. Who is faster? Subaru BRZ or the Nissan? Here we go. Let's find out together. Right here, live on our hump day, race day. BRZ leading the way with a 2.529. Nissan only pulling down a 2.62. Wow. Boy, did he choke. I didn't expect that. Did not expect that Nissan to choke like that. Oof. 2.529. Let's run them one more time. You know, I like to go 2 rounds. 2.529. This time we will give the Nissan the preferred lane, lane 2. Just to make sure we got the right winner. 2529. I was hoping for a little faster than that, but we get what we get on race day. There goes that BRZ. Not beating his 252 time, but it's still a win with a 255 compared to a 256. The Nissan got a teensy-weensy bit faster. But y'all, a win is a win and a loss is a loss. Here we go. Subaru BRZ coming out a winner. But not a little Nissan. It's going to join its brother, the metallic blue one that I like so much. Oh no. Both of them skunked by the Subaru BRZ. How about that? Well, that's just the way it goes in the world of racing. Here we go. Max Steel. We'll run him up against Mod Mill. Let's see about these cars, huh? Mod Mill. What a very interesting body style. I like how it looks like it has a very chopped top on it. It just gives it that mean look. And Max Steel, looks like something that was built in the 50s, don't it? Maybe even the 40s. All right, y'all, let's run them. Max Steel and Mod Mill. Here we go. Round 1 between these two. We got some showdown going on. Wow, Max Steel barely getting to the line. 2536 to a 2543. Ooh, that was close. That was a close race. Wow. Okay. I would not have bet on Max Steel, but he got it. And he wasn't even in the preferred lane. He was in lane 1. 2536. Time to beat. Gonna have to switch the lanes. This time Max Steel is gonna get the preferred lane, lane 2. Mod Mill will get lane 1. I thought Mod Mill would have had that one in the bag with those big old wheels in the back. Usually these cars with the big wheels in the back run pretty sweet, but that one just is not impressive. 2536, time to beat. Let's roll them. So far, Max Steel is impressing. Wow. And there he goes again. Very close. Look how close that was. Very good times for both. 244s. Whoo, 2445 to a 2446, y'all. I'm telling you, the more that you run these cars, they're either going to get faster or they're going to get slower. And I just want to bring to y'all's attention, I do have my cone shaker at the finish line. There he is. I won't take it out of the pack because I'm looking for the orange one. But when I find me an orange one, it'll be out of the pack. But that is a very close. We're going to go for a round 3 and switch the lanes. We just got 244s out of both of these cars, and that is most excellent time on this track. Wow, 2445. You go, Max Steel. I'm going to put this little joker on the scale in just a minute. We're going to switch these lanes because now I have my car separated by weight into different weight classes. It would be lovely if it was in the 30 grams or under, but I don't think it is. I think it weighs more than 30 just by picking it up. But here we go. Diecast Shepherd, 244s. Yeah, I'm telling you, that was impressive. I don't know where that came from. Here we go. 2445. Max Steel, the one to beat. See, and then they both slowed up just a little bit, but Max still won it. They both were still close. 2524 to a 253. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, on this particular race, both of these are winners to me because they both showed that they have something under the hood that's going to impress us later on. We're going to keep both of those around, no doubt. We still have one car we need to check out. That is Lucid Air in gloss black. Look at that car. See-through, moonroof, and all that. I forget what kind of moonroof they call that, but I still call things moonroof because I'm an old school guy. Let's run him up against the villain for this week, 30-something Police Interceptor. And when I say villain for the week, I'll be putting out on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube short videos every day. And this week, the villain that's been running against all of them is that police Interceptor 30-something. So now, Lucid Air straight out the pack. Can he outrun the Popo? Let's find out. Diecast Shepherd, he agrees. Both of those cars are winners, no doubt. The police Interceptor got Lucid Air 256 to a 265. Wow, 265 is slow. 256 is not that much better, but a win's a win. We'll give Lucid Air one more chance. Got to. You know how it is. Got to give him a second chance. 2563, time to beat. We will give Lucid Air the preferred lane, lane 2. For some reason, it is that way on a lot of channels. One lane is usually a little faster than the other. I don't know why. This is my lane 1. That's lane 2. Lane 2 is the preferred lane. Here we go. Does Lucid Air got something for him? 2563, or will he be going to jail by the Interceptor? Let's find out. 256. Come on, show us something. Nope. Wow, look at that. Where did that come from? 2432 to a 2433? Amazing. Wow, where did that come from? I'm hoping my electronics are not showing out, because that is just weird. That would come out of nowhere. Let's set them up again. Yeah, we're going to set these up again. I don't know where that time came from. From a 256 to a 243. That's a major jump without any kind of work. We're going to set these up again, ladies and gentlemen, just to make sure. Make sure I'm not having some kind of electronic problem over here, because that is crazy. Either that or I got a ghost running. Let's run them this round, see what happens. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like the truth right there. 2557 to a 263. Yeah, that's more or less the truth right there. No problem. Okay, well, Lucid Air might be fast on some tracks, but it's not fast on my track. That's just the way it goes. Your results will vary. So Lucid Air has to join the not so impressive pile. And the something 30? Haha, police Interceptor. Boy, that car right there is something else. Just in case I am having an electronic issue in this room, we're going to cut the neon off. There we go. Just in case. I don't want nothing to mess up our timing or the good time that we're having racing. So far, we've had all these cars ripping and racing. We're at the 28-minute mark. At the 30-minute mark, we're going to find out what car I'm hiding behind the garage. But right now, I think it's Roadrunner time. We're going to run it up against the FTE Chevrolet Vega. Now, I have two of these Vegas. It was about 6 months ago I bought one. And believe it or not, I paid like $8 for that car. So I put it in a protective case and added it to my collection and would not open it until I found another one. And I went to a toy show over the weekend and found me one. So here we go. I finally get to roll it. Let's roll it. FTE Vega. Running against a Roadrunner. See what happens. Team Bugatti. I hear you, Wall. Look at that Vega run. Golly. 251 against a 268. Lord, that FTE Vega. Making a mockery of the Roadrunner. I was pulling for the Roadrunner, to be honest. I like the looks. I like the paint and the body style. 2514, time to beat. Let's go for a round 2. This time we'll give the Roadrunner the preferred lane. Stick the Vega over here in lane 1. Here we go. 2514, time to beat. Who are you pulling for? Team Vega or Team Roadrunner? Whoa. A little bit slower out of both of them, but that's okay. A win's a win. 268 out of the Roadrunner. Wow. I hope in another 5 or 6 races that car loosens up and starts running better. That's just too nice of a car to get rid of. 256 is not that impressive out of the Chevrolet Vega, but that's okay. We're going to keep both of these cars around for the time being, because right now we're at the 30-minute mark, and I want to share with y'all what I'm hiding behind the garage. As always, at the 30-minute mark, we play What's in That Trailer. But like I said, the car was a little long, so here we go. This is what we're hiding behind the trailer. Silver bullet with gold ultra hots. How about that for a classic, huh? Hot pink bottom. What an excellent car this is. If you boys and girls are racers, then you know all about the silver bullets. This car actually has another name it goes by as well, but you can tell on the very bottom right there, it clearly states, yep, silver bullet right there in the middle. There's no doubt that is a silver bullet. Now to deal with a car like this, I'm gonna have to pull a fast car. Sorry, Chevy Vega, you're just not that fast. I'm gonna have to pull a fast car to deal with that one. Let's pull one out of the ranks. We're gonna pull, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9, FTE Chevrolet Nova Super Sport. Let's see what the Nova has for the silver bullet. If y'all know your cars like I do, then you know these silver bullets with the ultra hots are very hard to beat. Haha, how about that car for behind? Here we go, Unique Diecast. Thanks for joining in, and thanks for everybody watching this video and watching the live right now. Thank you very, very much for the likes. I appreciate it. This is our Wednesday hump day pick-me-up races, because we all need to pick me up halfway through the week. And that's what this ripping race is for. Here we go. Chevrolet Nova FTE going against a silver bullet with those gold ultra hots. Who will be faster? Let's try it. Whoa, that's a tight race. That's a tight race. See, that's what I'm talking about. My fast cars will run fast. 2485 to a 2514. I'm kind of surprised that my Nova outran the silver bullet. I did not expect that, because those are gold ultra hots. Wow. Alrighty. 2485. Let's take them back to the start gate. That's the time to beat. 2485. Silver bullet, what are you doing? You got to crank it up, brother. Oops. Let me switch them right. Let me get my head in the game here. Here we go, y'all. FTE Nova. Silver bullet with ultra hots. Time to beat is a 2485. Fast car is a fast car. And if it's slow, it's got to go. Ooh, Nova getting faster. 2477 to a 2537. Well, I was hoping this silver bullet I pulled out of retirement was going to be a little faster, but lordy, y'all. Nova's on fire with some 247s. My goodness, my goodness. So, let's see. Since the silver bullet was not so impressive, let's pull the Mustang. For all you Ford Mustang fans, this is also an FTE car. This was on Mustang Monday and ran really well. Let's see if we can teach the FTE Nova a thing or two with a Mustang. What y'all say, boys and girls? You like Mustangs? Or are you Chevrolet fans like myself? I'm Chevrolet through and through. My heart don't look like a heart. My heart is in the shape of a bow tie. So thank you very much. But I still like that Mustang. Love that Nova, Diecast Shepherd. You got it, brother. Here we go. FTE against FTE. See what that Mustang's got. Ooh, pretty even race though. God. He's still running. 2464, 250 out of the Mustang's not too bad. But we'll take into account that the Nova is warmed up by 1 lap. And we'll give that Mustang another shot. What you say? 2464. Time to beat. Nova got a little bit faster. I have to admit that. 2464. Time to beat. Both of these cars are FTE equipped. Here we go. Mustang against Chevrolet. 2464. Wow, they were neck and neck down through there. God, it was. Look at that, y'all. 2490 to a 2491. Super neck and neck. Woo-wee. Talking about a muscle car race. Woo. That right there is worth doing again, don't you think? Yeah, we're going to go another round. 2490 to a 2491. What a great matchup that was. Wow. Excellent matchup between these two. I'm super happy when a car runs fast. Makes me sad when I open one and it's a pretty car and I really like it and it's slow. How about you? You open yours? I know I do mine. That's half the fun. Both of them ran pretty fast. Nova pulling it out, a 2475. Mustang getting a 2493. Well, the Mustangs still don't have enough to get into the ranks, but the Nova, whew, Nova laying it down. But I can't say nothing bad about the Mustang. Can't say nothing bad about him at all. Now, what I am curious about is this X-Ray Racer Chevelle SS. This little car, if you were watching today's short video where it ran up against that 30-something police Interceptor, it did pretty good. So let's see if this Chevelle's got something under the hood for the Nova. This would be to sneak into the ranks. Maybe. Or will it fall on its face? Ooh, that was kind of close. Kind of close. Another 247 out of the Nova. 250 out of the Chevelle. So that's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's link them up again and let this X-Ray Racer. We're going to let the X-Ray Racer warm up. 2474 against the 250. Give him a second round so the X-Ray Racer will have a little bit more time to warm up. I appreciate the likes, y'all. Thank you very, very much. I hope y'all are just as entertained as I am. We're going to give this X-Ray Racer another round. Give it time to warm up. See, maybe if it can get in the ranks. Maybe not. Let's check it out. Maybe it'll do faster than a 250. I'm hoping. Well, 248 out of the Nova. 2503 from the X-Ray Racer. I don't think it has what it takes to get into the ranks, but we'll try it anyway, okay? That's a pretty swift car. Pretty swift. Pretty swift. We'll put our Nova back. Ooh, number 9 spot. Now, to get into the ranks, that is our gatekeeper, the Ford Lightning. Also, we must give it a weight. Let's see where he weighs in at. 3623. That is in that class, because that class is 30 grams to 44. So we will run it up against the Ford Lightning, which I'm not very hopeful on this one, y'all. Because if you follow my show, you know that Ford Lightning right there, it don't like nobody. That Ford truck does not like nobody and no cars. It rarely lets one pass. Let's see what happens. Oh, X-Ray Racer beat him to the line just by a little bit. Wow, impressive, impressive. Let's see if he'll do it on the second round. It just might get in the door, and that will knock out the Ford Lightning out of the ranks. 2493. Can the X-Ray Racer Chevelle bump out the F-150 Lightning that's been there for months? Wow, I'll be very surprised. 2493 for that Lightning. He's got to do better. There he goes. He did beat the time, but so did the Chevelle. Both of them running 2452 to 2453. How impressive is that? Both of them really went past that time. So we're just going to go ahead and say that he's in. The Chevelle just got in. We had one car getting the ranks tonight, y'all. That's not bad. Not bad at all. But unfortunately, that knocks my truck out. How far will he go? Let's skip up just a little bit and try. Oh, yeah. Oops. Let me get that. Oh, here we go. Buick Grand National with gold Ultra Hots. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're going to see what the Chevelle's got. Let's go for a real race. If you're going to get into the ranks in the top 20, you got to take on some real muscle. Nothing like trying to outrun an Ultra Hot. Who are you pulling for? Are you pulling for the Chevelle or are you pulling for the Grand National? Here we go. Pedro, you subscribed. Thank you very, very much. Whoa, that Grand National showing him something. Another very close race. 2501 to a 2502. Oh my goodness, y'all. Whoa. All right, we will give the Chevelle a chance to answer because we've seen it run faster. 2501, time to beat. Grand National showing out, y'all. Wow, 2501. Whew. This is heating up over here, y'all. Heating up, heating up. All right, Strange Atlantis. You going for the Grand National. I was too. The Chevelle's showing out. Here we go. 2501 or faster. Let's see what happens. Grand National still showing them something. Golly. A 243 to a 250. Grand National says you are not good enough to get that far up in the ranks. Wow. So maybe when this Chevelle got that 247, it was a fluke. That's why you got to keep on running them when you get a fast time. You can't just stop. You got to keep on. So we'll drop down just a little bit. Let's pull Medieval. Also, an FTE car. This one has a very heavy metal body to it. Let's see if the Chevelle's got something for Medieval. I'm just feeling that this car is going to get into the ranks somewhere. I just don't know where. I would be afraid of it being the gatekeeper because it ran a 247 and then turned around and ran a 250. It's got to be more consistent than that to be in the top 20 because it will turn around and get knocked out. God, that was a dead even race. Dead even race. 244 to a 249. Medieval falling down on the job. We're going to take them back to the start line and see what happens. 2441. I mean, lasers don't lie, do they? 2441. Chevelle done showed him up. 2441. That's the time to beat. Medieval. Sometimes these cars run fast for a while and then they just fall out. And maybe the Chevelle just caught him sleeping. Let's find out. 2441. Chevelle put down a very fast time. 249 is not going to beat that. But look, the Chevelle from a 244 to a 250. It just bounces around on its time. Wow, that is crazy. But my Medieval running a 249, that is odd in itself. We're going to run them one more time because when it comes to the top 20, I like to run 3 rounds just to make sure that fast lap is not some kind of fluke. And I'm scratching my head about this Chevelle right now. I don't know about y'all, but I am scratching my head on that one, y'all. Wow. What's up with the outer lane? I don't know. This is usually the preferred lane right here, because that's lane 2. Usually lane 1's a little bit slower than that one. But I adjusted this track today, and it should have made it go away, but it sure didn't. Let's see what happens this time. If that Chevelle lays it down again, then it's in. That's it. And see, they both ran 250, 2506, 2507. Now Medieval got him on the outside. Both of them run 250s. So I'm just going to assume that 247 and 244 that this car ran was a fluke. It did beat the gatekeeper. It did. It did, in fact, beat the gatekeeper. Wow. Y'all, we got some weird stuff going on today. I hope my track's not haunted. Let's make it super official. We're going to pull the Riddler. If y'all follow my show, then you know about the Batman 5-pack. I got 3 fast cars out of that, and the Riddler has consistently been in my top 20 ever since. Come here, Chevelle. We're going to see what the Riddler does with you this time. Because the Riddler, if you watch the Batman movies, well, I guess he does play. He laughs a lot, but this car don't. Let's check it out. Let's see what the Riddler's got for him. This is all the way down at the bottom, y'all. Bottom of the top 20, Riddler just outrun him. 246 solid. Woo-wee. I think the Riddler might end up having to move up in the ranks. You know, 251 out of the Chevelle. See, that is slower than the 250 and slower than the 247. Wow. So it's very possible this car ran really good that one time, or maybe even 2 races, and it's warmed up. And now it's just going to fall on its face. Let's find out. Either that or my track is haunted. Aha! It could be haunted. Because the Riddler's got his number. Riddler has his number. He ran a 250 again. So I have to assume that Chevelle is only going to run a 250. Riddler 2474. Solid run out of the Riddler. I would expect nothing less. Look at those thin wheels. Always a good running car. Chevelle, I don't know, brother. I'm going to go ahead and give the gatekeeper job to the Chevelle because officially at first he did beat the F-150 Lightning. And I hate to say that because that's the only truck. But a race is a race, a win is a win. And that's the way it goes, ladies and gentlemen. But boy, I tell you, I'm kind of scared now. Let's take out number 1. I want to see what number 1 and number 3's running. Number 3 is a way too fast that I found in a Goodwill with a torn up card, but I took a chance on it for $1.99. I felt bad for it. I had a torn up card and was sitting in a bucket, and I felt bad for it, so I bought it. And here it is, number 3. Now that Michael Waltrip car is the fastest car I have in the house. Hands down. Made by Hot Wheels. Oh yeah. Let's see what they running today. Boys and girls. Number 1 and number 3. Gonna lay it down on the track. Super smooth. Super smooth. 2446 out of Michael Waltrip. I do not doubt that time. 2458 out of Way Too Fast. So if you never thought you'd see a car faster than Way Too Fast, let me introduce you to Mr. Michael Waltrip. Oh yeah. Very nice car. 2446, time to beat. You never know. Sometimes that fast time is a fluke. Let's switch the lanes. See what happens. Anything can happen, right, boys and girls? A winner could be a winner today and be a loser tomorrow. You just don't know. 2446, time to beat. Whoa, 2418. Wow, that is super fast. Like, really, super fast. Not his fastest time. His fastest time is a 2396. But a 2418, let me just show y'all. 2418 is very close to the Hershey friendly car fastest time, 2:41.3. That's how fast that time is. Wow. Man, oh man, 2:4.18 to a 2:42. I can't dismiss the 2:42. That is a very fast time as well. Wow. That's why this Michael Waltrip car is #1. But just in case y'all have never seen this Michael Waltrip car, let's give him a weight. Just so y'all know where he's weighing in at compared to the Way Too Fast. Got a 44.86 out of the Michael Waltrip. And the Way Too Fast is weighing in at 43.90. They're both in that weight class. Well, exactly where they're supposed to be. But this car right here, I just didn't know. I did not know that orange car. It might as well have an 01 on the side, right? Not a 21. Maybe I should redo the tampos. Put a Dix flag on the top, put 01 on the sides. Because this orange car is fast. And that's all there is to it. #1 and #3. So let's see. If y'all like NASCARs, let's go ahead and pull this one. Our number 6 and number 7. Let's see, this is Terry Labonte. None other than Terry Labonte. Last time we raced these two, Terry Labonte took the 6th spot from Jeremy Mayfield. They ended up switching spots the last time we ran these two cars against one another. There we go. Elevation, glad to see you, brother. Here we go. Wow, Jeremy Mayfield laying down a 2.445 to a 2.455. Look at that. These cars may end up switching spots again. Let's give Mr. Terry Labonte a chance to answer to a 2.445. Because, you know, we like to go 2 rounds just in case that fast lap is a fluke. 2.445. Wow, y'all. That is something else, y'all. Something else. Here we go. 2.445. I'm glad to know my electronics are working well. I was questioning that a minute ago if it was just too warm in here. 2.45 to a 2.46. So these two gentlemen are definitely in the spots they should be at. I gotta fix my little stop thing over here for just a second. It done jumped out from all the cars hitting it. But yeah, these two NASCARs came out of a pack made by Hot Wheels, but it looks like a big #1. So if you can find those in your antique stores, maybe you got an antique store in your small town there, because I know I did. And that's how I come across these Hot Wheels that are NASCAR. It looks like the whole card itself looks like a big #1. If you can find them, they were only made for like 2 years. But these cars are fast. These are the only NASCARs I can run. Because the rest of the NASCARs are just noisy and slow. I got a couple of oldie but goodies over here. But they do not run that fast. I'm glad to own them, glad to have them. But they do not run that fast. Now, on last week's episode, we had the little 32 Ford take over #1 spot in our lightweight class from the pedal driver. Haha. What do you know? This little treasure hunt is a heck of a runner. In case y'all have never seen it, let's run them again. #1, #2 in the lightweight class. Why not? That's why we're here. We're here to run. We don't just run the bottom. We'll run all of them. Why not? On this hump day. Because, you know, on Wednesdays, we need a little pick-me-up. And that's what this ripping race is for, y'all. Let's hit it. #1 and #2. Look at that little 32 Ford go. Laying down a 259 against a 262-1. Oh, yeah. Pedal driver did good for a while. But it's falling down. 32 Ford taking him out. We'll give it one chance to try and beat a 259. I don't think the pedal driver is going to beat a 259, but we'll let it try, right? We have to be fair. We'll give it a fair shot, because you just never know. A win's a win, and a loss is a loss. So, 259, time to beat. Can the pedal driver take its first place position back? I don't think so. Nope, it's not. But both ran pretty good. I mean, pedal driver got a little faster. Both of them ran 2593, 2597. That's impressive for a lightweight class. That's not a whole lot of, I mean, really, there's not a whole lot to this car to push it downhill. How funny is that? Funny indeed. That's my number 1 and number 2 right there. So let's finish these races right here. We still have unfinished business between the Roadrunner and the FTE Vega. Right before we close this show, because we're right at the 1 hour mark, and I'm sure other people got things to do. I know I got me a cheeseburger and fries waiting on me, cooked in my very own kitchen, and it's smelling good right now. So here we go. Muscle car race. Vega and Roadrunner. God, that Vega took off. Whoo-wee, 2513. Not too shabby. 2687 for the Roadrunner. That Roadrunner's got some work to go. Maybe it needs some carburetor work or something. Maybe. 2513, time to beat. Here we go. Mothman, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. 2513, time to beat. Can the Roadrunner outrun an FTE Vega? I got my doubts at this point. 2513, y'all. Whoo, there he goes. Pretty consistent. Look at there. 2519. I just want to point out once again, I got my cone shaker at the finish line. It's not out of the pack yet. I'm waiting until I find me an orange one. All right, here we go. Smooth, man, smooth. Thank you, Green Shifu. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Really, what makes it smooth are good running cars. Sometimes they're super noisy. You just never know what you're going to end up with. 2519 is not too shabby. I still say the Roadrunner is going to speed up in time. I do. I think it's going to speed up in time. No doubt. For our last race, I wanted to run this car with those wheels. Something about them wheels. And it is super quiet. I wanted to run this car against the police Interceptor for our last race today, y'all. Because y'all know this week's villain has been this 30-something police Interceptor. So I'm hoping this Chevrolet NASCAR with those wheels just might run. Let's do it. Figures I got here at quitting time. What's up, Hammerhead? Don't worry about it, brother. There's always a replay. And like I said, I sure hope everybody's had a good time just like I have. We all need to pick me up halfway through the week. And that's what this ripping race is for. Wednesday night, hump day racing. Hoping this NASCAR's got something for that police Interceptor. Oh, it looks like he does. It looks like he does. Boy, they were bumper to bumper to the line. 2515 to a 2523. How's that? Wow, we're going to switch the lanes. Oh, yeah, green means go, right? Ah, yes, it does. 2515. We're showing the police Interceptor something tonight. 2515. Time to beat. We'll give that Interceptor one chance and one chance only to answer. Here we go, y'all. 2515. Looking like this green NASCAR gonna roll it out. Chevrolet power. No, he got him, but did not beat the time. Both of them ran a little slower that time. I say we set him up for a third round. I'm a third round kind of guy. How about y'all? 253 and a 256. I don't know why they slowed up like that. This Interceptor's been running faster than that this week. But that's okay. I don't mind one more round. I'm up for it. Y'all up for it? I'm up for it. Thank y'all for pressing that like button. I really, really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your mom, dad, your neighbors. We do this on Wednesday night. First, I go over to Facebook for a little while. I would like to do it on Instagram, but I don't have enough followers to go live on Instagram. Maybe one day that'll change. Here we go with our last round between a Chevrolet NASCAR and a police Interceptor. 30-something. Once and for all, who is faster between these two? Whoa, police Interceptor crunk it up with a 250. I was hoping that we would have a winner because green means go, but we didn't. 30-something police Interceptor. He won the race, y'all. He won the race. Thank y'all very much. If y'all would like to get in touch with me about sending me some cars to run on the track, there's my email right there. I welcome it. No doubt about it. Send some cars. I'll run them. I'll run them against everything I got. Why wouldn't I? Modified, non-modified, it don't matter to me. Cars are cars. Win's a win. Loss is a loss. Just remember, when they lose, they got to come over here to the not so impressive pile. It's a bummer that both Nissans ended up over there. Oh, well. We did find some fast cars. We found a little bit of speed out of the BRZ. Thank y'all for watching today. Thank y'all for watching the other channels as well. This is a great hobby that we have. Remember, when you meet little kids, give them a car. Come on now. We have plenty. Just give them some. Later, y'all. Peace and love.